You are welcome. This is Messiah Revelation Ministry. We are a prophetic ministry. We look at end time events. Today we are focusing on heaven. Have you visited heaven before? I've watched some videos, and people are claiming that they had visitation in heaven. I've read books, and some authors are claiming that they were taken to heaven. There are so many of them. And one of the books was written by Mary Baxter, an American, I believe. And the title of the book is Divine Revelation of Heaven. She also claims that she has been taken to hell before, and she wrote another book, Divine Revelation of Hell. Some people don't believe in heaven, and they also don't believe in hell. And I believe in hell, and I hope you believe in hell. So today I'm focusing on heaven, and I'm looking at visions that I've received about heaven. And when I say I've received visions about heaven, you ask a question. What did you see? And how do you know it was heaven? And here we read Hebrews chapter 11 for the record. Hebrews 11, verse 1. The author of Hebrews is talking about faith. Why and how do you have faith in something that you haven't seen, something that you don't know what it is? So Hebrews 11 verse 1 provides the best definition for faith. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. The substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. You haven't seen something, but you believe that that something is there. That is the faith. Philosophers don't believe in anything that you don't see, you don't smell, and you cannot touch. And so they will not believe in God, because you don't see God, you don't touch God, you don't smell God, and so God does not exist. Unfortunately, the same philosophers, they claim they are the wisest men and women. Socrates is included. They believe in atom. An atom is invisible, indestructible. You cannot see it, you cannot touch it, but philosophers believe in atom, something that cannot be seen. So it shows how foolish they are. And today we are looking at heaven, and heaven is real. And this presentation is about four different visions that I've received about heaven. And you wonder, what did you see? How do you know you saw heaven? And if you ask those questions, I will also ask those questions myself. How I am sure that I visited heaven, or I saw heaven. I didn't see angels, but what I saw give me the confidence that the Lord showed me in heaven. And the first vision was a vision where I saw different colors, strange colors. And I saw it in my room. I was not sleeping. It was in the night, but I was not sleeping. I saw different colors, and the colors look like street lights. So I was seeing a street with different colors, very nice. Then I closed my eyes, because it was very unusual for you to see different colors in your room. It's strange to see different colors in your room when you have not stepped outside. So I closed my eyes. And as I closed my eyes, I still saw those colors. And I saw them even when I closed my eyes. When I opened my eyes, I saw those colors. And so was a spectacular vision that the Lord was showing me, a city, and the city had different lights. When you look at the major cities in the world, nightlife is very nice. When you see the night lights in different cities, but the light that I saw had so many colors, different colors. And the conclusion that I made is that the Lord was showing me heaven. And Hebrews 11, verse 1 defines faith, as we said. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And so in this vision, I saw different colors, like street lights in the city, very unusual. When I was not asleep in my room, and then when I closed my eyes, I still saw those colors. And I believe it was heaven, and that the Lord showed me. And later on, when I developed more knowledge in the Bible, I look at Revelation chapter 21. So we'll look at Revelation 21, where Apostle John was shown heaven, and he described heaven, the new Jerusalem, I believe. Hebrews, Revelation 21, verse 18, 19, and 20. And the building of the wall of it was jasper, and the city was pure gold like unto clear glass. And Apostle John was describing the city, the holy city, the new Jerusalem, heaven. And he was describing the walls, and he also described the foundations. Revelation chapter 21, verse 19. And the foundations of the wall of the city were garnished with all manner of precious stones. Precious, very precious stones, very rich stones with different colors. And the colors are described in Revelation 21, verse 19. Of course, he mentions sapphire and emerald. And if you read Revelation 21, verse 20, Apostle John saw at least 12 different precious stones with different colors. And so I believe that the Lord was showing me in heaven when he showed me the different colors of the precious stones that are also found in the book of Revelation, chapter 21, 18, 19, and 20. So I have faith that on that occasion, the Lord was showing me heaven. Are there colors in heaven? In the Bible, at least you agree with me, there's the white color, the red color, the blue color, dark color, but there are so many colors. The rainbow that the Lord showed to Noah has many colors. The Lord is a Lord of colors, and heaven has a lot of colors. And the Lord showed Apostle John the different colors. And I'm not sure whether Apostle John was shown all the colors, but at least Revelation 21, verse 19, 18, 19, and 20 talks about precious stones, of course, with different colors. Very, very pretty. Heaven itself, the streets are garnished with gold, and gold has its own color. You agree with me that the actual heaven will have so many colors. So on this occasion, I report that I believe, I have faith that the Lord was showing me heaven. The second vision that I received was a night vision. In this vision, I saw a building. It was very big building, and I didn't see the foundations. And I was looking for the foundations. I didn't see the foundations of the building, and the building was hanging in the air. But I also saw that it was hanging on a big hand. Somebody's hand was holding the foundations. And then I woke up from the vision. And so, what type of building doesn't stand on foundations? It stands on somebody's hand. And I uh, made a conclusion that the Lord was showing me and heaven. How do I know it was heaven? When you see a building, it doesn't have foundations, and the foundations they are standing. The building is standing on somebody's hand. Somebody's hand is holding the big building, a supernatural event. The Lord was showing me that. And I believe that the Lord was showing me heaven. And heaven has foundation. So if you see a vision of a building without foundation, how are you sure that it is heaven? I believe it is heaven because when the building did not stand on any foundation but stood on somebody's hand, symbolically, it represents the architect of the universe, the builder of the universe, and the world is standing on his hands. And in the book of the Hebrews, Hebrews 11, if you read Hebrews 11 again, we see Abraham. Abraham had faith in a city whose foundation was God Himself. So let's read Hebrews 11, verse 9 for the record. By faith, he sojourned in the land of promise, as in strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. And if you read Hebrews 11, verse 10, it's written, for he looked for a city which have foundations, whose builder and maker is God. And so I rely on Hebrews 11, verse 10 to conclude that the vision that I saw of a building that was resting on a big hand is heaven, because the building was resting on God. He is the foundation. And so I believe that the Lord was giving me a symbolic vision of heaven when He showed me a big building that rested on somebody's hand. Is God Himself. He is the creator of the universe. The sun, the moon, and the stars, they are resting on His fingers. He is holding the universe together. The elements of the universe, they are resting on Elohim and the creator of the universe. And Abraham, according to Hebrews 11, verse 9, he dwelt in tabernacles, even though the Lord had given him a promise that he will inherit the promised land. And Hebrews is saying that Abraham and his children and grandchildren, they lived in tents. They did not dwell on the promised land because had faith that he eventually, eternally, will live in a city whose foundation was God himself. Hebrews 11 verse 10. For Abraham, he looked for a city which have foundations, whose builder and maker is God. Who built heaven? God. Who built the earth? God. And so on whose hand and fingers does heaven and earth rest? That is God himself. So this is a symbolic vision of heaven that I saw. The third vision was a vision where I was taken to a city, a place. I didn't know where I was, and I saw different buildings. And what was important about this vision is that the buildings had very, very interesting architectural beauty, and each building has its own design. And you could not compare which one was nicer than the other one because each building was unique, had its own architectural design. And I also found out that the buildings were occupied by rich people. Only rich people lived in that city. And every person occupied a house on his own and his or her own. And so everybody had their own mansion, and each mansion was unique, and all the mansions were very, very nice looking. And I've not seen such architectural design in my life in ordinary experience, but I saw those mansions with very, very peculiar, interesting, spectacular architectural designs. And as I said, um, a person occupied a house, and I'll call it a mansion because they look like a mansion. And as I said, you could not even compare which one is nicer because everyone has its own unique features. I believe that the Lord was showing me heaven, was showing me the mansions in heaven. And as you read faith in Hebrews 11, verse 1, it is is hope for the things that you don't see. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And so I believe that the Lord was showing me heaven when He showed me a city with different architectural designs, and each house occupied by one person. And I had the impression spiritually that only rich people live there. Is it heaven? Yes. Heaven has mansions. And here we are looking at what the Lord told the disciples in John 14, verse 2. I'll read it for the record. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you, I go to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. You read John chapter 14, verses 2 to 3. In my Father's house, there are many mansions. And what did I see in the vision? I saw mansions in a city. And I saw that each mansion was unique, had its own unique, spectacular architectural design. And I also was told that only rich people live there. Is there a city where only rich people live there? And that is the heaven that we are talking about. The streets of heaven are garnished with gold, and there will be no thirst, no hunger, no tears, no death. And so it's a rich city. And there's no city in the world, not San Francisco, not Lisbon, not Moscow, not Los Angeles, where everybody is rich, where everybody lives in a rich architectural mansion, where everybody lives in a mansion by herself. So I believe that the Lord was showing me the mansions in heaven as recorded in the book of John, chapter 14, verse 2. And the Messiah says that he will prepare a place for his chosen. And where he is, if you are a chosen of God, if you are lucky to be selected by God, if you are among those who will be citizens of heaven, then your mansions are ready, and you have a mansion by yourself, based upon what I saw, because every mansion was occupied by one person. And I believe that this is what is going to happen in heaven. And so I believe that the Lord showed me a vision of the mansions in heaven. And when I heard a voice telling me that only rich people live in that city, it's true. Those who live in heaven will be rich. There will be no poverty in heaven. That doesn't mean that we have to preach about prosperity gospel. Um, Abraham lived in tents and tabernacles, Hebrews 11, verse 9, because he hoped for a city whose builder is God himself. He hoped for a richer city. He hoped for a city with mansions, not tabernacles, and a city that is better than the promised land, Canaan. And this is the city that you need to hope for, so that you will get it. You will live in a city where you have your own mansion with a spectacular architectural design, and you will live in a rich neighborhood, and there will be no hunger, there will be no thirst, and the streets are garnished with gold. If you read the book of Revelation, chapter 21, you know how Apostle John describes heaven. The last vision that I saw about heaven, that is very, very interesting, because in that vision, I went somewhere, and in the vision I saw a man who was painting a building, and the building had different units, and he was painting the buildings in different colors, so many colors. And I saw a signboard, and on the signboard it was written, Introduction to Heaven. Introduction to Heaven. And then I woke up from the vision. And this is very unique, because out of all the visions that I have recounted now, it is only in this vision that the word heaven appeared. And it appeared on a signboard, Introduction to Heaven. It is not Welcome to Heaven, it is Introduction to Heaven. And the Lord has a way of conveying messages in visions and in encounters. And the words that were used on the signboard is Introduction to Heaven. Somebody will be expecting Welcome to Heaven, but I saw Introduction to Heaven. And the painter was very busy. He was painting. He was painting the units in different colors. It looked as if he was in a rush to paint, because people were going to occupy those units. And so that is vision. The last one that I saw, a vision about units in a building, different units being painted in different colors, very, very colorful colors. And of course, if I had any doubt at all, I will remember the signboard with the words, Introduction to Heaven. And so heaven is a place, it is real, and you need to have faith. Hebrews 11, verse 1, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. I'm not telling you that I went to heaven and I saw God and I saw angels and I saw the saints. I'm just reporting the symbolic vision that the Lord has given to me on different occasions. And these 4 visions were given to me on different occasions. The vision about street lights was given to me in the United States, and the vision of a building that was standing, resting on somebody's hands was given to me in the United States. The vision where I saw different mansions with unique architectural designs was given to me in Ghana. And the vision where I saw a painter painting houses with different colors, and where I saw a signboard with the inscription Introduction to Heaven was given to me in Ghana. Heaven is real, and the Lord is preparing his mansions for those that he will eternally select to occupy the mansions. The Messiah said, in my Father's house there are many mansions, and I'm going to prepare a place for you. And he's preparing the place for his chosen, those who will be found written in the book of life, and they will be the inheritors and the citizens of heaven. And Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob will be there, and their descendants will be there, those who are selected, those who are found written in the book. And the mansions will be more enjoyable than and the promised land Canaan, because Canaan was temporary, but the new heaven and the new earth will be eternal. So prepare to enjoy your mansion, and prepare also to have your wedding garments, and so that you will be invited to the marriage supper of the Lamb, and described in the book of Revelation chapter 19 verse 9. Blessed are those who are invited to the marriage supper of the Lamb. Blessed are those who will inherit the mansions in heaven, and blessed are those who will dwell in the city that does not have any support, except that it rests on foundations that is God himself. God himself is the foundation of heaven, and the city is well built, and it will be inhabited by rich people, because heaven will be a rich city. Thank you very much. This is Messiah Revelation Ministry, and I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and share the videos. We are in the end times, and the Lord is preparing the mansions in heaven for those who will be heirs, those who inherit the new heavens and the new earth. Thank you for watching this video.